Hi folks, we have something very serious to talk about. And the seriousness is she going to put this up on her channel or is she going to put it up on my channel? Now this is serious, folks. We need to have this type of interaction between us. And therefore I don't know if it's just going to go in the dumper, which we have done many times, or if some of the stuff that I've heard this morning from her, which I believe is probably mostly 90% true. So I cannot explain this, but I will do this. I will let this woman talk because I have never met a more erudite woman in my life that knows about the afterlife. Now, that's as far as I'm going to go because my own personal opinion is I've never been there and I've never come back from there. But apparently, if you have a dream about it, you don't want to go there.
I had a nightmare last night. I had a nightmare about the hereafter. And I am not intoxicated, even though I'm wearing this goofy hat. I just
Wait a second now.
This hat fits
Everybody knows.
my nightmare.
Everybody. Then why did you give it to me?
Because I didn't think he was wearing it. But it fit. It fits him a lot of days, I discovered. He feels comfortable in this hat a lot of days.
I feel comfortable in
this
this
is the first time I've ever
this hat over
felt
here?
like
It's got
wearing
a
this
little
hat.
rhinestone right on the nipple. You know, that's disgusting. She bought it for me. She bought that hat for me.
The reason why I'm wearing this hat
As
is
a matter of
because I
fact, she
had...
bought this for me too. I am a captain.
Shut up about clothes. Get your mind out of...
I'm a captain
unimportant
man. I'm a captain
matters.
Man. You know that, don't you?
I've had a nightmare about the hereafter, to which he and I are supposedly going. I know I'm going there. He thinks he's going to oblivion. He'd be so lucky. The nightmare I had last night is I was over in the hereafter, and everybody that was coming from here were all still crazy. You know, we live in a place. I mean, we know a lot of people who are certifiably.
Why do you keep bringing me into this we thing, okay?
They have been certified, you know. I've been certified at one point.
Well.
And I thought to myself, you know, everybody I met, I couldn't connect with. I could see they were disconnected. Their eyes were wild. They were looking for, you know, meaning, but they were rejecting everything. There was no meaning.
Now wait a minute. This is when you were dreaming about.
Yeah, this is what I was dreaming about. Yeah, I had gone to the hereafter. Yes.
What, did they have houses or what? How were you dressed?
No, I just saw their faces, and I just realized that they were all.
Were they fashionable, or were they just?
Oh heavens no! They just had these wild, mad looks in their eyes.
Did they have feet or anything like that?
What is this? This is not heaven. And I was thinking, well, so what if it's not heaven? Where do you think you were going to go? Heaven? Well, I can just imagine. I mean, people who had thought they were going to heaven all this time, and then they suddenly got to a place and they didn't recognize it as heaven. I don't know. It just looked confusing, chaotic, unrecognizable. And I sympathized with them, but I thought to myself, what? You know, he's probably going to go over there, and he's going to be a handful. I won't be able to see him very much.
A handful?
Because he doesn't want to live. He doesn't want a hereafter. He wants oblivion. And he's going to be mighty disappointed and upset when he finds out that he can't die. You know, he can't die, you know, black, oblivion, will go to sleep, never wake up. I mean, his worst nightmare would be to wake up
Yeah, and
on the other
in
side.
your nightmare, that would be like me.
And he would be my worst nightmare.
That's true. That's true. No, it's
Worst.
not.
Him.
Probably more
The
same
only hope that I would have is that there would be no alcohol over there.
There you go.
And he would be in danger because he would be detoxing all the time.
That's
And
right.
when I met him, he'd be shaking, trembling, he'd be in delirium. There's nothing to drink up here. There's nothing to drink. And
Obviously, you haven't seen some of our drugged up neighbors lately, have you? Especially when they're...
what's wrong with him? Is he in withdrawal? Is he coming down?
You don't think come down from methamphetamine.
Ah!
Let's get on with
Meth.
let us get on
Meth.
with what's wrong with me now, okay?
Oh, what's wrong with you?
I don't know. Apparently, I don't believe in the other
What's wrong with you?
side.
He believed in oblivion. He believed in it. And I had this nightmare that he was so upset to think that he hadn't just went to sleep and never woke up.
You're getting off the point now.
Well, what
The point
you
of...
woke up in the hereafter, which you did not want. You told me time and time again you did not believe in it. It was a stupid idea, and
Well, it wasn't a
haven't you?
stupid idea.
haven't you?
The idea was to keep the masses in line, because the masses are asses, and you obviously know that. That's what it was designed to do.
What,
now,
hereafter?
when she had... Yeah, don't accept what we're doing today.
Oh.
Don't mind us screwing you over like this. Yeah, just keep out there, put the nose to the grindstone, shoulder to the wheel, but we're sitting over going, oh, thank you very much, thank you very much. By the way, when you die, we're going to send you to someplace a lot better. Now, I understand that. I understand it very much. That is known as controlling. Controlling, that's all it is. It's been going on for thousands of years.
You mean
Wait a minute,
you hold that out to him, go ahead, work like a dog for me, 8 sweatshop wages, starvation,
Right,
but when you die, you'll go to heaven.
It's the old donkey, riding donkey and putting the carrot in front of its mouth and keeps going along. And don't ever let that donkey taste that carrot, because that donkey's going to spit on you, right? See, the problem is I perceive it to be. Now, here we go. She has a nightmare, and I have to live it all day. So get on with your nightmare.
Yeah, but what about a guy like him who said he don't want any heaven, this heaven where he gets judgment day and they say, now Richard M.D., what did you do down there to help your fellow men? God, this idea of a God who would actually somehow or another ask for an accounting of his life, he hates that thought. The thought of being accountable for having spent this life in riotous living, living, partying your life away.
I am just partying my life away.
Tomorrow, you partied your life away. He's on one great big long party. It never ends with him. And so, naturally, he doesn't want to go to a heaven where he would ever have to get off this party he's been on.
Well, you just...
75
wait a minute. You just told me you went to heaven and everybody there is just as crazy there as they were on here. So, I mean,
there were people there that I see.
Everything on me, and you're not telling anything about this wonderful nightmare about every crazy here is still crazy there. So
my companion, my farmer companion, is over there. And I went over there. Well, he's been there for quite a while, so he's used to it. But it was the people that were just coming, like him, that were the nightmare. Because I realized that they were still in the same state of mind as they were here.
Now we're getting to it.
That's it.
That's right.
And they were still saying the same thing.
That's right.
But they were in the hereafter. They weren't still here. And so I could see him.
Were they raptured up or just raptured up?
Yes. And then I could see him saying, getting furious. This is not my idea of heaven.
Well, certainly not mine. That's for sure. Yeah. If I got to get worse
Don't
in this place, I
tell
don't
me.
need it, man.
I'm in the wrong place. This is not my heaven. Well, where is your heaven? I don't
That's a
know.
good question. Where is
But
your
it's
heaven?
certainly not here with all these crummy, awful people that I knew down there.
Why do you
I
keep,
don't
why
want
do you keep
to associate.
Why do you keep pointing at me all the time? I don't get that.
I don't want to associate with, the scum that I knew here.
Well, let me ask you this question. Now that you're getting more than personal about this, who would you like to associate?
Well, I sort of thought angels,
Angels don't like human beings. Don't you know that?
well, you can hardly blame them, can
Well,
you?
no, now seriously. This is the mythology that why what are they folks, I imagine everybody knows this story about, when God created the angels, and they were very subservient to God, and they loved God, and then God created men, and then he told the angels, look it up, read it. It's in the goofy books.
Well, I'll tell you what I think.
Wait a minute, I'm not done yet. This is how they created hell. Now, this poor guy said, God told him, well, you have got to be subservient and love the human beings, like people like us. It's pretty hard to do. He says, I can't do that. I only love you, God. You're going to have to do that, God said. I can't do it. He says, well, in that case, I'm going to send you to hell. And that's what happened. And the top angel was sent to hell because he loved God too much. He couldn't love us, people like us. Now, this is just mythology, but it's in the book.
Well, I already decided that I would have to turn, if I was going to live in this place with all these people that seemed, they weren't angels, they were just kind of crazy, the same as what they were when I left them, that I would just have to continue on my work to try to help them to become more sane, like I tried to help you for 5 long years. I tried to help you.
And you have helped me so much. I'm going to tell you how much you have helped me. You have helped me to realize that I may be one of the last sane people in this building. Or actually, maybe
And he's
in
far from sane,
maybe in
believe me.
this state of, well, we don't know where we live in Arizona.
Can't you just see him? I can just see him. All of a sudden, it grabs him. What he's been trying to have happen. He has went off his pills.
You're supposed to be
Oh, yes.
grabbing.
Oh, yes.
You're supposed to be grabbing down here, not up
He
here.
went off his pills
Well, I think everybody
because he said if he feels bad, he don't really need those pills. And then this morning I had the most unsettling experience. I got on the elevator
Okay,
and a big,
now wait a minute.
heavy-set man, my neighbor, got on there and he said,
A fat slob.
he asked, and he was fatter than me even, and he said,
A real fat slob.
yeah, real. And he said, I said, well, how are you? And I said, fine, I hope. And I said, how are you? And he said, I have God, so I don't need pills. And I said, oh,
He has
he's
what?
got God.
God.
And so apparently he's gone off of all these pills. He's got to have high blood pressure.
Well, one of the
He has
things,
got, and
one
he
of the things
thinks that God is going to keep him from
How
having a
come he
stroke
let-
or a heart
How come he
attack.
let all of these Jesus
And
Christ
here he is,
people
the
drink wine?
same person as him. He went off
I
his
am
pills
not God, folks.
a
I don't care
while
what
ago,
anybody says.
a
I am
while
not
back. So he's about to have a stroke or a fatal heart attack, probably, because he went off his blood pressure
God. Well, let's
pills.
keep a good
And
thought,
so
okay?
let's
Let's keep a good